need to get this off my chest because it's been eating me alive for the past week. I'm not even sure where to start, so I guess I'll just dive in. This is long, so bear with me. I'm still kind of a mess about it. Last weekend was my 29th birthday. I don't usually make a big deal out of birthdays. They're just another day, right? But this year felt different. I've been grinding at work, trying to prove myself in a job that's honestly too much for what they pay me. And I just moved into a new apartment after a rough breakup last year. So I figured, why not go home to my parents' place for the weekend? It's only a 2-hour drive, and my mom kept texting me about how much she wanted to see me. Plus, she makes this killer lasagna that I've been craving since, forever. I thought it'd be nice to just chill, eat some home-cooked food, and maybe feel a little less like the world's been kicking my ass. So, I pack a bag, throw on my lease-stained hoodie, and drive out to my parents' house in the suburbs. It's one of those places where every house looks the same, and the neighbors are always peeking out their windows to see who's pulling into whose driveway. My parents have lived there since I was a kid, and walking through the front door always feels like stepping into a time machine. Same faded couch, same weird floral curtains my mom refuses to replace. Same smell of coffee and whatever cleaning spray she's obsessed with. It's comforting, in a way, but also kind of suffocating. My mom greets me at the door with this big hug, like I've been gone for a decade instead of a few months. She's all, "Oh, my baby's home." And I'm just trying not to drop my bag while she's squeezing the life out of me. My dad, on the other hand, is in the living room watching some golf tournament on TV. He gives me a nod and a, "Hey kid," which is about as warm as he gets. That's just how he is. Always been more of a grunter than a talker. I'm used to it, or at least I thought I was. The plan was simple: a low-key birthday dinner with my parents, my older sister Jess, and her husband Mike. Jess and Mike live about 30 minutes away, and they've got a 2-year-old who's basically a tornado in tiny sneakers, but they weren't bringing him this time, thank God. I love my nephew, but I wasn't in the mood to have my birthday cake smeared on the walls. Anyway, I help my mom in the kitchen for a bit, chopping veggies for the salad while she fusses over the lasagna. She's asking me about work, my new place, if I'm dating anyone. Classic mom move. I dodge the dating question because, honestly, I'm still not over my ex, and I don't need her pitying looks. My dad's still glued to the TV, yelling at some golfer for missing a putt like it's a personal betrayal. Dinner rolls around, and we're all sitting at the dining table, which my mom's decked out with this cheesy happy birthday tablecloth she's had since I was, 10. There's lasagna, garlic bread, salad, and a chocolate cake from the bakery down the street, because my mom's many talents do not include baking. Jess and Mike show up right on time, and Jess gives me a hug and a gift bag with a bottle of whiskey and a card that says, "Congrats on surviving another trip around the sun." Mike shakes my hand and makes some dad joke about me getting old, which I laugh at because he's actually a decent guy. Everything's going fine at first. We're eating, talking about random stuff. Jess's new job, Mike's obsession with building a deck in their backyard, my mom's book club drama. My dad's mostly quiet, which isn't unusual. He's always been the kind of guy who only speaks when he's got something important to say, which usually means he's about to lecture someone. I'm halfway through my second helping of lasagna, feeling pretty good when my mom starts going on about how proud she is of me for figuring things out on my own. It's sweet, if a little embarrassing, but I'm just nodding along, trying not to blush. Then my dad clears his throat, and I swear the room gets quieter, like the air itself is holding its breath. He puts down his fork, looks around the table, and says, "You know, he was born a disappointment." I freeze. My fork's halfway to my mouth, and I'm pretty sure I look like an idiot just sitting there with a piece of garlic bread dangling in my hand. Jess chokes on her wine, and Mike's eyebrows shoot up like he's just seen a ghost. My mom's face goes from happy to horrified in about 0.2 seconds, and she says, "John, what are you talking about?" My dad doesn't even flinch. He just keeps going, like he's been waiting to unload this for years. "I'm just saying, when he was born, the doctor told us he might not make it. Weak lungs, they said. Always crying, always needing something. Set the tone for everything, didn't it?" He's looking right at me now, and it's not like he's angry or anything. Just matter of fact, like he's stating the weather. Never really lived up to much, always just scraping by. I don't even know how to describe what I felt in that moment. It was like someone had dumped a bucket of ice water over my head, but also like I was shrinking, like the room was getting bigger and I was just this tiny, insignificant speck. My mom's voice snaps me out of it. She's practically yelling at him now, telling him to stop, that it's my birthday, that he's being cruel. Jess jumps in, saying something about how I've got a good job and a place of my own, but it all feels like background noise. Mike's just sitting there, looking like he wants to disappear into his plate. And my dad, he just shrugs, picks up his fork, and goes back to eating like he didn't just drop a bomb on the table. I don't say anything. I can't. My throat feels like it's closed up, and all I can think is this what he's always thought of me? Like, I know I'm not some golden child. I'm not Jess, who's got her life together with her fancy marketing job and her perfect little family. I'm just me. I work in IT, fixing servers and dealing with people who forget their passwords every other day. I'm not rich, I'm not famous, but I thought I was doing okay. I thought I was at least enough. The rest of dinner is a blur. My mom tries to salvage things, talking too loudly about the cake and how she got my favorite kind. Jess keeps shooting me these worried looks, and Mike's making awkward small talk about the weather. My dad doesn't say much else, just eats and answers in grunts. I force myself to smile, cut the cake, open the gifts. A sweater from my mom, a gift card from Jess and Mike, but it's like I'm on autopilot. All I can hear is his voice in my head, born a disappointment. After dinner, I help clear the table because I need something to do with my hands. My mom pulls me aside in the kitchen and apologizes, says my dad's been stressed about work, that he didn't mean it. But the thing is, she doesn't say he's wrong. She doesn't say, "You're not a..." The hole that's opened up in my chest. She just hugs me and tells me she loves me, and I know she does, but it doesn't fill. I don't stick around long after that. I tell them I've got an early morning, a lie, and going back to my apartment. The whole way home I'm replaying his words, trying to figure out what I did to make him feel that way. Was it because I didn't go to college like Jess? Because I moved out and didn't call enough? Because I'm not married with kids by now? Or is it just Me? Like my existence is the problem? When I get home, I crack open the whiskey Jess gave me and sit on my couch, staring at the wall. My apartment's still half unpacked, boxes stacked in the corner because I keep telling myself I'll get to them next weekend. I think about texting Jess, but I don't know what to say. I think about calling my mom, but I'm scared she'll just defend him again. I even think about calling my ex, which is how I know I'm in a bad place because that's a terrible idea. The worst part? I keep wondering if he's right. I mean, I'm almost 30, and what do I have to show for it? A one-bedroom apartment with IKEA furniture I built wrong, a job that's fine but not great, and a string of failed relationships. I've always felt like I'm just existing, like I'm not really living, not the way other people seem to. And hearing my dad say it out loud on my birthday, of all days, it's like he confirmed every doubt I've ever had about myself. It's been a week, and I still don't know what to do with this. I haven't talked to my dad since. He hasn't called or texted, which isn't surprising. He's not the let's talk about our feelings type. My mom's texted a few times, asking if I'm okay, but I just keep saying I'm fine because I don't want to get into it. Jess called yesterday, and I let it go to voicemail. I know she's worried, but I'm not ready to hear her try to make sense of this. I don't even know if I want to make sense of it. Part of me wants to confront him, to ask why he said it, what he meant. But another part of me is terrified of what he'll say. What if he doubles down? What if he lists all the ways I've failed him? I don't know if I can handle that. But I also can't keep pretending it didn't happen. It's like this thing is living in my head now, and every time I try to focus on something else, work, Netflix, even just eating breakfast, it's there, whispering disappointment. I don't know why I'm posting this. Maybe I just needed to get it out, to say it somewhere where it won't come back to haunt me in real life. Has anyone else been through something like this? Like, how do you deal with knowing your own parent thinks you're a letdown? How do you move past that? Or do you just carry it? Anyway, thanks for reading if you made it this far. I'm gonna go pour another glass of whiskey and try to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do with this. TLDR. My dad said I was born a disappointment at my birthday dinner. And now I'm spiraling trying to figure out what it means and how to deal with it.